So today I'd like to make a video mainly pertaining to my new Eurorack module, the Intellijel Plonk, and how I use that to place some building blocks for the song that you were just listening to. So this is my first sound module. Everything else that I've had up until this point was purchased to interact with my Blackbox because there are 3 separate outputs that are Eurorack level. So it's cool to make tracks on here and send out a snare into a really exotic reverb, or send a bass through a filter, or send the whole drum percussive track or a vocal track through the data bender, which I covered in a previous video, which I'll link in this video as well. But today we are focusing on the Intellijel Plonk. One of the first things I want to do is I want to have the trigger 1 coming out of the Arcadian rhythms, and I'm going to put that into first sync def row. I'm using this noise engineering attenuator to essentially molt my output right now. So what do we got? We got that right there, and I could take one of those outputs into my trigger, and I'll take another one of those outputs into my mod. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the settings, and I'm going to make it so that every time there's a control voltage going into my mod input, it will change the parameters of the inside of the Plonk to a random value. Let's see what else we got. I'm going to take the out of my Plonk and I'll put that into the input of my Blackbox. Cool. So now that that works right there, I'm going to do a couple of more input patches. So take one of these DivKid Oct LFOs and I'll put that into the 3rd input, and I'll do that output and I'll put that into the pitch. So now we should be getting this right here is set up to take the output of whatever I'm triggering from the Arcadian rhythms to excite the Plonk, and it's set up to just take the output of the Plonk straight into the Blackbox. But we want to do something a little bit more interesting. So what I did for the sounds that we heard in the previous track is I took the output of the Plonk and I put it into my FX aid. I'm just gonna have to patch the FX aid. We could do a stereo patch for that. So now instead of getting this dry signal from the Plonk, we are running it through the FX aid, which should sound a little bit more cooler. Let's try it out right here. That's pretty cool. Right, interesting. So you kind of get the gist of that. The other day I was sort of playing around with this setup, especially because I'm waiting on another piece of kit to come in, the Pamela's new workout, that I can use to patch this up without having to trigger it myself. But until that comes, this is sort of what I'm working with. And so let's try to make a video doing this manually before Pamela's new workout gets here. All right, here we go. We'll do a length of 4 bars. We will record to play, threshold off. All right, interesting. So I'm just gonna go into another pad and do the same thing. Maybe we can do 2 bars this time, and I'll trigger it in different intervals rhythmically. All right, let's go. Okay. So let's try to take some of these patches out. I think I'll take the pitch out, see what we get. Alright, so I'm going to take the output out of the FX aid, and now I'm going to plug it back into the Blackbox so we can get the pure signal, the dry signal, and then we'll just keep going from there. So now we got the straight up signal from the Plonk going straight into the Blackbox, and we'll record something like that. Cool. We'll do a 1 bar of that, see how that goes. Let's do 2 bars. Alright, I'm gonna take the mute. I'm gonna take the mod CV out, see what we got. Alright, cool, so I got a little hi-hat going, and I think with that maybe we should take some modulation to the decay. Maybe I'll do this with the straight LFO. Alright, cool, so let's put some of those hi-hats in there. know what? We need more bars. That's not enough bars. Let's do a 4 bar. Here we go. I like that. So I got to where I wanted to go pretty fast. Let's try to find 3 more things from the Plonk. Wow. But you know what I think we need to do? I think we need to run that through some sort of reverb. Just bring that down to 2 bars. All right. That's fun. I like that. Let's do that. Yeah. You know what? There's another parameter we can affect on the Plonk that we should try out. Let's take this LFO and let's put that into the mod. And in the mod settings, we'll go preset steps. So we'll go from, let's just say 4 to 6. See what that does. All right, cool. All right, let's just go with that. There we go. All right, so right now it's a pretty hectic. We got a lot going on, but with a little bit of mixing and frequency adjustments, I'm sure we can get this sounding interesting. Let's just do some random numbers, huh? So even doing this right here, for me, method or reasoning is sort of in the backseat when I'm making stuff. I'm just kind of picking random pads to filter. Maybe we should go here. All right, interesting. So now that we have this, let's see if we can sort of tie it together with some sounds from the Blackbox. Master. 1 shots. All right, cool. So let's just make a 4 bar sequence. We'll do it step mode off. We'll go. Okay, cool. Cool, let's make a sequence for that. Step mode off. Here we go. That sort of takes care of the reasoning for this video, knowing the Intellijel Plonk and how I've been using it the past couple of days. And once I get the Pamela's new workout module and start to fidgeting with that, and I'll make another video to show sort of my progress with that setup. So until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.